Hello and welcome to this special edition of the Frankly Speaking, where I'm going to be joined by senior Congress leader Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. He's not only the recently crowned president of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, but he's been a minister in the Karnataka government in the past, and everybody in India knows him as the man who is the troubleshooter for the Congress party. Whichever state the Congress party may be in trouble in terms of the MLAs, Mr. Shivakumar is always in business protecting the Congress's turf. Hello and welcome to Frankly Speaking, Mr. Shivakumar. And I want to ask you, you have just become the Congress Pradesh president of Karnataka. Should this have happened many years ago, could your position as the KPCC chief have prevented the fall of the Congress JDS government in Karnataka?
No, I don't see that. We all have jointly worked on that issue. But whether I am the president or not the president, we have tried to protect the BJP government. See that we have seen that they doesn't want to form the government here, and we wanted to protect the coalition government. But there was a lot of small issues which they were very much, BJP was very much wanted to form the government. They tried several instances and ultimately they succeeded with poaching our MLAs. So,
what were the small issues that you are talking about which led to the poaching of 14 of your MLAs?
See, they didn't have a mandate, first, number one. Even Congress party also didn't have a mandate. Ultimately, we wanted the secular forces to be united, and we thought that BJP should be kept in the interest of the state. We formed the government on the instructions of our Delhi leaders, and various leaders across the country also wanted BJP to be kept out of the power. So we agreed for that and we all worked on that issue. But ultimately they were very much eager. They wanted some state in the south, because in Andhra, Telangana, Kerala, Tamil Nadu or Pondicherry, in any part of the southern state, they could not form the government. They were very much anxious to see that somehow by hook or crook, they created this Operation Lotus for the second time, and they will be successful.
But Mr. Shivakumar, you've said in the past that voice of the party worker should be the voice of the leader when you were talking about these 14 MLAs who defected to the BJP. So, was the problem within the Congress party, or only BJP was responsible for your MLAs defecting to the other side?
No, it is only the BJP, the way they gave them the offers. I know what all offers they have come. I can't come much things on record, but everything has been proven. It has been proven. What has been done in Madhya Pradesh or what has been done in Karnataka, it has been proven. So they just try to, the most corrupt system in the entire political anarchy.
Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, you're calling the BJP...
It is very bad for the Indian... It is very...
No, you're calling the BJP corrupt. I want to ask you, you yourself are facing charges of the Enforcement Directorate. Senior leaders of your party, starting from Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, have all cases against them. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and her husband Robert Vadra have cases against them. Are you saying there is smoke without fire?
See, it is just a political vendetta. What is there? See, earlier, what issue is there? See, everything is on record. Everything we have filed, our assets, our liabilities, and everything is there. From past 20 years, nothing was there. Once you doesn't adhere to their circumstances and to their pressures, we become corrupt. Institutions are coming behind us. And ultimately, there is a law in this country which is still stronger, and the law of this country will protect all of us.
So you're saying that the Enforcement Directorate's charge that you have no sources of income that can justify 500 crore worth of assets is a false charge that has been made against you, despite which the courts have given you conditional bail not to travel out of the country and deposit a bond worth 25 lakhs. So you're saying all is political vendetta?
See, I don't want it to comment on the court, but as far as my case is concerned, I am very sure it is purely politics. See, there were so many raids in the state when the BJP came to power. Many ministers also was being raided. The Prime Minister himself came out with a statement. The present Chief Minister came out with a statement. When they shifted to their political party and they were being dipped in the BJP, they became very clean. That the Ganga Jala had become very clean. You go, I'm just referring to one of the statement by the Honorable Prime Minister in the Punjab election. You just look into that and you just, then you will know the answer for it. I don't want to comment on any other names. So many leaders going to their political party, they become very clean. Even in the last, at the time of the losing the government in our own state, some of the MLAs, ministers who were there in our party, who shifted to their party, what all the cases were there, immediately after they joined their party, everyone was being cleaned.
So why are the people of India rejecting the Congress party in state after state? Today, you have governments in Rajasthan and Punjab, which are governments of your own account. Even in Rajasthan, you had to depend on support from some independents. In Maharashtra, you are the smallest alliance partner in the Mahavikas Aghadi, and NCP and Shiv Sena have the larger role to play. In Jharkhand, you are playing second fiddle to JMM, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. In Puducherry, you have a small government. I want to ask you, if everything is so good with the Congress, why are people of India rejecting you in election after election? And where you form governments like in Karnataka and in Madhya Pradesh, you seem to lose those governments because they are not majority governments anyway?
See, it is a temporary setback what we have. The Congress party, cadres and its ideology is very strong. We still believe that it is a temporary setback for everyone. The sun will have to rise, the sun will have to come down. There will be day, there will be night, all these things will happen in politics. We have seen all over the world. So as such in India also, definitely we are confident. We doesn't want to change our basic values and principles. We adore by it. We have our party cadres in the entire country. We will come back. The people of this country, I have already come to know that yes, it was a Congress party can only save this country, and the Congress party can keep this country united, and the economic condition of the Congress party can be only saved, of this country can be only saved with the Congress party. This is what the Congress party's contribution to the country, and definitely the people day by day they are changing their voices. People have come to the streets. They will show in the next few years. I am very confident the people will definitely give a message to all of us.
Mr. Shivkumar, you made a Freudian slip and you said the economic condition of the Congress party. In this regard, I want to ask you a couple of questions. I want to ask you, why is DK Shivkumar the savior of the Congress party?
Economic condition of the country. The Congress, I am not telling the party, it is economic condition of the country.
Yeah, by mistake you said Congress party, and people are talking about the economic condition of the Congress party. DK Shivkumar, whenever he is, whenever the Congress is in the middle of a crisis, DK Shivkumar comes out to be the savior. Whether it was Ahmed Patel's Rajya Sabha election in 2017, you were carrying MLAs from one resort to the other, and you know, your Eagleton resorts have become so very famous across the country because they seem to be the savior of the Congress party. Then of course in Madhya Pradesh, we saw it in Karnataka. Whenever the Congress party is in trouble, DK Shivkumar gets into business. Are you the troubleshooter of the Congress party? Are you the money bags of the Congress party? How does the Congress only depend on you for getting them out of crisis?
No. See, this is very, whatever you're telling is not this one. It is a small party work which I just have been doing it when I get an opportunity. Either it is the Maharashtra time when the Maharashtra MLAs came to Bangalore, they feel that it is safe. And when Gujarat MLAs came, we did our best to try to help them out, keep them safe. They saved them, and we try to protect our MLAs. It is not only me or I am the money bag. I am a small party worker, which I have been go by the instruction of my party leaders to help the party workers, and they have confidence. It is not only me. There are thousands of party workers like me in this country, and will all stand by us. It is not only, I am not the troubleshooter. I don't want to take the name of the troubleshooter. I am a simple party worker who have been loyal to the Congress and the Gandhi family.
But do you think, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, you've got the due? Have the Congress leaders at the top, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, recognized how you have been bailing them out of trouble? Because it's only now that you've been made the KPCC chief. When it came to forming the government in Karnataka with the JDS, it was D.K. Shivkumar who was doing all the running around and arranging of MLAs and trying to get a relationship going with H.D. Devegowda and H.D. Kumaraswamy. But you never got your due. You were not the chief ministerial face. Why does that happen? Does Congress leadership not recognize talent?
No, I was happy with whatever the confidence the Congress party has imposed in me, whatever strength they had given to me. See, myself, Kumaraswamy, we both are from the same district in the neighboring taluks. So ultimately, the power has to be looked into in a different angle, and Mr. Parmeshwar was the party president at that point of time, and definitely is a senior. He is also a colleague of mine, though I might be one term ahead of him. But still, whatever in the interest of the party, whatever the party has taken a decision, we all have agreed and we all have supported it.
I want to ask you, when the Congress party is seeing exits, they have seen exits of MLAs in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh, there has been talk about Rajasthan, there is trouble in Maharashtra, and let me tell you, senior leaders like Jyotiraditya Scindia have left the party. Sanjay Nirupam in Maharashtra has been talking against the party. So has Milind Deora been on a different page with the party leadership. I want to ask you, what is the Congress's problem? Why is it not being able to make a connect with the people? Is it the cadre? Is it the leaders? Or is it the top leadership, the high command that everybody calls? Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, who are not in touch with reality or with the cadre of the party. What's the problem with the Congress?
See, there is no problem in the Congress party. Only Gandhi family can keep this party united. When this party is united, the country is united. I have been telling this for a very long time. Some leaders have their personal agendas and the present BJP government, how they are trying to woo these legislators, giving them offers about their political fortunes and all. Some of them can't wait. They doesn't have patience. They are in a hurry. They are hurry for power and they are talking all these issues. Let them be. But ultimately, I am telling you, this country will stand by the Congress party, and the Congress party will protect this country.
When Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, last 6 years, the Congress hasn't really won too many elections, and the elections that it had won in Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka, they had managed to form the government. You've lost those two governments. So when is the Congress party making that big comeback that you're talking about? Rahul Gandhi doesn't get the kind of support from the people of India that the Congress party is dreaming of.
You just see, you are taking me on record. I'm telling you, from the next elections, whichever state used to come, you will see it will be BJP will not come to power. Either the Congress party or the associated party will form the next government in the series of next elections.
The next election is in Bihar. The next election is in Bihar, and the Congress is nowhere in the picture.
So I see we have an alliance there. I think with that alliance, I think we will definitely. We are confident that we'll come back with the alliance. Though our earlier alliance partner,
you think the Congress should be
the
happy
BJP,
in playing a junior partner to the RJD?
See, first our duty is to see that our secular outfits are united. That's all. And the Congress party will definitely play to protect this country with this fabric.
Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, I want to ask you, there have been in recent times many allegations that have been made against the Gandhi family. And let me start with the donations that have come to the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. How come the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation accepts money from the government of China, it accepts money from the embassy of China, and at the same time, Sonia Gandhi is the chairperson of the foundation, she is the chairperson of the UPA, and she is the president of the Congress party. You know, is this proper conduct on part of the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation? Isn't this the reason why people are coming out and saying that Rahul Gandhi is questioning the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on China because there is money transactions that have happened between the government of China and the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation?
See, I doesn't know the detail of it, but one thing, the foundations are there to do a charitable job, charitable work. Gandhi, either Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi would have become the Prime Minister any point of time. They sacrificed their position for the sake of this country economy and a new leadership under Manmohan Singh ji. This is the biggest contribution of Gandhi family to the entire country, sacrificing their political power. Just doing service, there are so many institutions. Why only you are just looking at for foundations? They have Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi have contributed their lives for this country. What necessary? This political vendetta, I think no one will carry. See, Rahul Gandhi, it is his prime duty to safeguard this country's interest, and whatever he has got the information, he has been relieved, and it is the duty of any
through your private
leaders
foundation,
in the
is that how
government
you look
has to
after
answer
the country's
it.
interest through the private foundation and taking money from a foreign country,
No,
taking money from the Prime Minister's fund, taking money from different
See, I'm
ministries?
telling you, nothing. See, you see so many trusts in this country. So many countries, they have received donation from various people. None of them have been inquired. Why only this? Why only this?
No.
What commercial activities they have done? What is there?
They did studies.
So many trusts. I don't want
Gandhi
to comment on
Institute
various
for Contemporary
institutions.
Studies was doing studies for China, trying to promote free trade with China. That's why people are saying that was to India's disadvantage. So was the Gandhi family working for India's disadvantage?
No. I'm what you are trying to give me an input is totally wrong. As far as foundations are concerned, they are doing a charitable work. They are trying to educate people. They are doing some good work. I think I don't agree with whatever comments you are trying to make.
Let me ask you a question.
I disagree
Mr.
with
DK
your,
Shivkumar, if tomorrow you were to be a Chief Minister of Karnataka, as Chief Minister of Karnataka, can you give money from your government, which is taxpayers' money, into foundations that are run by your family? Can you do that?
See, we never do that. So we never do that things. In some issues, in various states we have seen. If you want to you give me some time, I will get you a big list of what has been done in various states. I don't want to comment right now on this.
No, but that is what was happening. In the UPA period, the UPA government's ministries, PSUs, banks were all contributing money as donations into the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. Isn't that wrong? Isn't that completely a conflict of interest?
No, there is no conflict of interest when someone is doing good things. See, MPs are there, MLAs lad will be there, government will be there, where there's so much funds are being allotted to give to such type of institutions which are doing very prompt services. I don't think anything wrong in it. If they are misusing the power, misusing the financial, it is wrong. There is nothing. There are so many institutions which has been taken money from the government. Myself, I was a culture minister long back. I have been giving money to various institutions who are doing charitable work.
But are
there
they
is
your
nothing
family
wrong. The government itself has lot of money to help such type of work.
Or are they the Gandhi Parivar institutions?
No, they are not. No, they are not the family. Gandhi Parivar was not in the power. Gandhi Parivar was not in power. where Gandhi Parivar is in
But
power.
Gandhi
Parivar
Parivar-
sacrificed power for the sake of this country.
But government money has gone into the Gandhi Parivar Foundation when the Congress was in power in New Delhi between 2004 and 2014. And let me also add, Mehul Choksi, Rahul Gandhi made such a noise about him. The Rajiv Gandhi Foundation has accepted money from Mehul Choksi's shell company. Rana Kapoor, again, bank fraud has he has been charged with bank fraud. He is the donor to not only the Gandhi Foundation, he is also buying and selling paintings of M.F. Hussain with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Jignesh Shah, everybody know the commodity exchange scam that was happening, and while all the inquiries are going on, he donates to the Gandhi Parivar Foundation. GVK Industries gets an airport and gives money to the Gandhi Parivar. Unitech 2G spectrum scam, again scamster, and pays money to the Gandhi Foundation. Is this all a coincidence?
No, see, whatever the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation has done, they have done a commendable job as a charitable institution. There is nothing wrong. No one, you can't trace any this one. If anything is there illegally, they have done, the institutions would have been looking at. All assets and liabilities, whatever has been done has been already reported to the government several from past so many years. This point of time, since Rahul Gandhi opened his mouth against this government, all these issues have been trying to create. I think this is unfair even on your part to just create a confusion in this country.
I'm not creating a confusion. The government has set up a multidisciplinary committee consisting of the Enforcement Directorate, Income Tax Department, Home Ministry officials, all of them, to inquire and investigate into these foundations. You think they have not seen anything wrong?
Let it do to all the institutions. Why only Gandhi family connected institution? Let it do to all the institutions. There are so many institutions in this country. Let it do for everyone. Why only you are targeting the Gandhi family? You are afraid of Gandhi family. You are afraid of their leadership. You are afraid of them. Somehow you want to torture them. I am telling you, the entire cadres of this country are behind them. We will stand by them. We will protect them. They are protecting this country. The contribution of Nehru family to this country, what all they donated to this country. You go to the history, you are not speaking on that. What at the time of Motilal Nehru ji, Jawaharlal Nehru ji, how much, what all they have been donated to this country?
So it's payback time. Now the country has to donate to them.
No one has done this. No one has given their life. No leader has given this type of contribution or helped this country, sacrifice for this country. This is what the Gandhi family has done.
So no other leader in Congress party has the capability to become a leader. It is only the Gandhis. Is it?
I am sure this point of time only Gandhi family can only keep this country united and the party united.
Then why is Mr. Rahul Gandhi not getting the support of the people?
Who said? A time will come. There will be ups and downs. The sun will rise, the sun will come down in the evening.
But for 2 consecutive terms, the Congress has not got the support of the people. 2014
It is
and
enough.
2019.
We have ruled. Congress party has ruled for more than time will come again. Time will come again. The people of this country will answer. People are already answering it. You know that how this economy has come down. What are the challenges the people of this country are facing? I don't want to go to the detail of it. The time will reply for everything.
Do you think people have trust in Prime Minister Narendra Modi because there are no corruption scandals? The Congress had to face a lot of corruption scandals and scams, which is why people don't trust them with taxpayers' money.
Which scandal has been proved, madam? You please tell me. Which scandal has been proved by whom? Which scandal?
So you are saying the Commonwealth
They came
Games
on various
scam,
scandals earlier,
the 2G
which has been
spectrum
proved.
scam, the Colgate scam, the Antariksh Deva scam,
nothing has been proved in the law. Nothing has been proved. It is only a political issue they have just done. Nothing has been proved. We have respect to this judiciary, this country. We will come out clean in all matters. Already in various cases, we have come out clean.
Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, in your own cases, you had to face arrest in September last year. How do you respond? That arrest was politically motivated, and for a while the courts didn't give you bail. So even the courts are motivated?
See, I'm sure it was a politically motivated. Even today also, whatever they are doing it, I don't want it to be, since it is already in the courts, I don't want to comment. It is purely a political motivated case. Let they do, let they feel happy out of it, let they enjoy it. We will face them. We have a lot of respect for the judiciary. We know the judiciary will definitely give us justice.
But I
if
want
they want
to
to
ask
feel
you,
pleasure out of giving us pain,
during
we
raids
welcome
in your
it.
house, there was cash, there was money, 10 crores cash that was found in your house. That is also politically planted by the investigating agencies?
Madam, I'm telling you on record. In Delhi, I had only 41 lakhs. Apart from that, if any 1 rupee excess is being found, today only I will just retire from my public life.
And 41
Only
lakhs
41
cash
lakhs
is normal to
of
find
my
in
own
politicians' homes?
See, it is. See, I'm a businessman. I'm an agriculturist. It is quite natural. What is there in that? Everything has been. Every year, I'll submit my record to the Lokayukta, to the Election Commission, to the income tax authorities. Nothing is there. What is there?
So you're saying
I have
the
given everything in writing.
so you're saying the
where
income
is
tax
the 10
officials
crores?
who
What you are
said rupees
speaking?
10 crore cash was seized from your houses in Bengaluru and Delhi are lying?
Yes, you just take out already. The reports have come out. They have already filed it. The assessment officer have filed it. Where was it? From my house? Nothing was being seized from my house. It is false.
Is it true, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, when you were being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate, there were a lot of questions that you were confronted with which you couldn't explain?
No, see, it is between me and the income tax or the ED authorities. If I give you the details of that, there are a lot of issues which I have spoken. Some they have taken, some they have not taken. There are a lot of document which was being seized in my house. I don't want it to comment on this point of time. I think they can't relieve anything or I can't relieve anything. That is the secrecy what we have to maintain. I wanted to comment on that.
Why can't you reveal? Because if
they
you're
can't
being
relieve you
targeted
unofficially
politically,
also
you
they
should
can't
tell the
tell
world.
if anyone can tell you no I am just in one word I am telling everything is politics.
So Enforcement Directorate is part of the politics?
See, I am telling you, I am telling on record, I have said them only that. Why are you unnecessarily politically harassing me? What wrong I have done?
Okay.
It is an income tax. It is income tax case. Income tax will look into all these things. I have not done any international business or any foreign business or anything. I don't have. Nothing I have. From my birth to death, they want everything. From my mother birth to death, they want everything. Only to harass me. None of you people are looking at various other people of their own political party leaders. They are not looking at. No cases have been registered against them. None of them have been this one. All cases of them have been closed. What happened in Maharashtra? As soon as someone of a leader, I don't want to comment much on that. I don't want to comment much
No,
on
you
that.
started saying something about Maharashtra. Have they closed any cases in Maharashtra?
No, I don't want. Let me first. Let me sort out my issues now.
No. Which Maharashtra case are you referring to, Mr. Shivkumar?
Now, let me not speak much on that. Let me not
Mr.
speak. There are so many
Shivkumar,
issues. I will
you're
get an
known-
opportunity
you're
to
known
speak
to
to you.
speak your mind. You're
I'll
not
make-
somebody who shies away
I'll make
from
out a
speaking the truth.
list in the entire country. I know in Karnataka itself, I have a big number of lists with various leaders cutting across the party line. I will comment on with the facts. Without the fact, I don't want to comment on that now, right now.
No, but you do think that in Maharashtra there are certain cases
I'll
which
have a
have
paper.
been covered up.
I, I will give you with the documentation, because right now I don't have a documentation in my hand. Next time when I speak to you, I will have a documentation with me and I speak to you.
All right, that's the time I'll wait for. But let me ask you on your political swearing in as KPCC chief. I want to ask you at that conference that was being held for swearing you in, there were RFID tags that were given to all your supporters and all your coordinators. I want to ask you, is that because there is a trust deficit that all workers of Congress party should have a tag so that they should not go away to a rival political party? Is that the reason why you put those chips so that you can know the movement of all your workers?
No, that is no, that is not the issue. See, in every block there are about 400 odd blocks. My consent was, I could not, due to Corona, we could not organize it in a very big way. So I wanted every cadres to be at the panchayat level. More than about 10,000 places we organized a program in every panchayat and every wards. One, they had to see, they participate virtually. So I sent in every block, a leader was been identified. We asked them, the leader, to visit the block personally. We wanted to, not on the block, every panchayat personally. So we wanted them to go to because we have seen earlier, we want those leaders to be committed. They should be accountable. That is what. It is not in the what you are looking at, not the other way, not
so
jumping
you
to any
wanted
party.
them
We
to
want
go
them
personally
to
and
visit
you
the
were not
particular,
sure that they
particular
would do that.
villages. No, I want them to be accountable. I want them to be accountable.
So
See, that is why
accountability,
the numbers were so big. Only in the Facebook.
accountability comes
See,
from
I
putting
wanted
the
to
chip
turn
in their
this, our
card
party
to
in
find out
Karnataka.
whether they actually went or not.
See,
Trust
see,
is not something that makes them
See,
accountable to you.
we are trying to convert our party into a cadre-based party. We wanted to have a different model. We used to be on a mass base. We have a whole system to see that our cadres will be enthusiastic. They wanted to show that, yes, I have gone to the villages, I have gone this one, I don't buy, give statements or do the work sitting at the taluk headquarters or the block headquarters. They also feel happy that they want to show to the leader that they have gone to the villages. That is what we want. We want, this is the system, this is the time when our party leaders have to prove themselves they are more accountable. That is why that big number was been seen. You could see the records on the Facebook, you could see on the Instagram, you could see on the channels, on the other Zooms. I think the number is reaching more than 1 crore viewers. That is what we wanted.
And you didn't think just trusting your workers would create that kind of response?
No. I'm very happy. I knew that. I wanted everyone to be accountable. First, we have to be accountable. You, including myself, would be accountable. First, I'm a worker, then a leader. I wanted, though I am the president of the Pradesh Congress Committee, first, I am proud to tell that I am a worker of a Congress party. First, then the leader. So I want to join them.
But
I am one among them.
Are you confident that you're going to be able to get back the MLAs who had left you, because you've made that an issue of prestige?
I am not worried about the MLAs who have gone or not. I want to see that we will have in the next election, when the election will come, we will try to have our own government, and the people of Karnataka will have trust in us. We will prove, we will work towards them. We know that Karnataka is a very important state in the country. The entire world is looking at Bangalore and Karnataka. So we will see that we will give a very good government in the future. That is what we are working at. And definitely Congress party in Karnataka will come back in the next elections.
Next election or before the election? Because in Karnataka you can bring in governments and bring out governments even without elections. So are you going to make the BJP government fall, or you will wait for the elections?
No, I don't want what they did. I don't want it to join hands with such type of issues. I want the people's mandate. I am working out for a people's mandate. We believe in that.
I want to ask you on the issue of COVID. Bengaluru and Karnataka were places that had managed the COVID situation very well. initially. But then somewhere the situation has got out of control. While there are a lot of, claims that are being made that biggest hospitals have been set up with 10,000 beds, etc. At the moment, even as we speak, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Yediyurappa, is in quarantine. Do you think it's been good administration for COVID in Karnataka?
See, the biggest failure is, I don't want to comment on other state. As far as Karnataka is concerned, it is the biggest failure. They could not manage, they could not fulfill the, protect the state, even the farmers, even the migrants, whoever you see, even not what you are telling on the some beds they have put in some exhibition center. I think that is just a show off. The highest corruption has been going on. Already we have come out with a scandal. Crores of rupees has been siphoned off. Already my leader of the opposition, various my party leaders have come out on that. My leaders in the public accounts committee was not allowed to visit the places. I think miserably failed. Mr. Yediyurappa and his team. See, one day there was one minister, now two ministers. Now for Bangalore, they have appointed 7 ministers to look at. They doesn't have confidence in the officers. None of the doctors are cooperating with them. Today, there is a big strike going on with the ASHA workers. ASHA workers, more than 40,000 people are there. They have already started a strike on that. They are not cooperating with them. They are not taking care of them well. This is what Karnataka has been seen.
Do you think, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, even in times of health crisis, we see very little cooperation between oppositions and governments, even when it is the people's welfare which is at stake? And at this time, there is a pandemic like corona, which, the entire world is facing. It's always finger pointing. Do you think in India, we've come to a stage where opposition and governments can never work together?
See, we supported them. We stood the entire Congress in the country and even in the state. We supported this government. We joined hands with them. We supported hands in hand, but they are not using with the funds of the BJP, funds of the various department. The food kits was being taken out, which has been supplied. They put their party leaders' photographs and party symbol. They started distributing. This is how what they did. Even the small children's food also was being taken, covered up. All issues was being showed. Even your media also covered it, a lot of issues. I think they have miserably failed in every aspect. You know the migrant issue, what has happened ultimately. Poor people had to walk hundreds of kilometers. Hundreds of people have died even in the trains itself. Today, all of them, if they had taken care of them well, if they had given them proper financial support, proper food, proper shelter, why would have people walked out of the state?
That's also because state governments will also have to share the blame. It's not just the center's problem. The states also have to give them resources, food, and look after them. And secondly, the Congress, which was making the biggest noise, didn't even want to pay for the train fare of these poor migrant people. 85% was being paid by the center, even 15% states didn't want to pay.
In everything. See, when we started, when we said that we are ready to pay, when we opened our mouth, all this happened. Before that, they wanted to harass them, they wanted to collect double the money, they didn't open. When the Congress opened its mouth, when we started, I think they came forward to pay some of this one. But still, they have not been treated in a good way. That is why the people are very much worried on this issue.
How do you see politics at the national...
They never give them proper respect. I have been telling them they are the national builders. They are not the migrants or the labor. They have built this nation after our country has freedom. They have built this nation.
Mr. Shivkumar, I want to ask you, how do you see national politics emerging from here on? Narendra Modi had the people's mandate. With first time in 3 decades, he was the man who got a full majority in the Lok Sabha. In a second election in 2019, he got even more seats than before. Where does the Congress really fit in?
See, we agree, we respect the people's verdict, no doubt in it. But time will come, what the verdict was what has happened. The time will come and the time will answer for that. I don't want to comment much on that right now.
And Gandhis? Is that the only option for the Congress party? Nobody else has merit. It's only the Gandhi dynasty that has the merit to head every time New Delhi if the Congress were to win?
But see, I am telling you, under Gandhi, see, Gandhi family has already, at the time, 2 times when they had an opportunity, they have given, supported Manmohan Singh for the interest of the country. In the future, Gandhi family, they have been helping this party, helping this country. I am sure with their leadership, again, the Congress party will come back. Then let us speak on the rest issues.
You
There
think
is no doubt
2024?
that without Gandhi, I am telling you again and again. Pardon?
2024, do you
I'm
think
very
Rahul Gandhi,
confident
Rahul
again with
Gandhi
the
will be in a
leadership.
position because he doesn't even
Again,
want to be president
again,
of the party?
See, time will answer for that. I am telling you, time will answer for that. Now I don't want it to fail. Gandhi family is the helm of affair. They will lead the party and they will lead the country.
Well, on that note, the Congress's faith in the Gandhi family and leaders like yourself, if you only think that the Gandhi family is the panacea for all problems, we'll wait to see if people really think that's the best idea. Thank you very much, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, for joining me on Frankly Speaking.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.